Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinadata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
The central bank denies the existence of a shortage of cash liquidity and responds to the Parliamentary Finance Committee. The Prime Minister's advisor for financial affairs, Mazar Mohammed Saleh, pointed out that Iraqi oil sales are in dollars, and are deposited with the U.S. Federal Reserve through an open account in the name of the central bank, which is managed by the bank on behalf of the Iraqi government. Economist on TV again talking about our banks. This guy we're supposed to pay attention to says the Iraqi bank weakness right now is 80% of currency is in the citizens' homes. Frank, if you took everybody on the planet Earth that has bought dinars as an investment, investors that bought it for a return, if you added them all up, that number would be so minuscule compared to the number of dinars they call dinar mattress. I've always said we're like a pimple on the back of an elephant. But the CBI is well aware of how many 30 notes are still in the streets of Iraq. Why would somebody bring out an article? Is it time to remove the zeros? Because we already know they're going to do something like that. Alak said the project still exists. Alak has talked about creating value, and so has Al-Sadani. Sadani has stated more than once that the dinar is stronger than the dollar. Why would he lie about that? He might know things about that you and I don't know. Where we're headed, that is probably a true statement, and he's probably not going to be considered a liar. He's probably going to come out in history as one heck of a prime minister. The discussion in Iraq is not an RV, but a currency exchange LOP. Symposiums were held last fall to educate many of the citizens on such an event. There would be little to no gain. In fact, based on the numbers published, it would be a loss if they did so. Question: have you heard the 3 zeros will coexist for 10 years? Yes, we have heard about it, but we did not hear the number 10. We heard that it would be over a long period of time. Dual pricing in the market would be controlled easier. Also, it would give the CBI longer time frame to collect the citizens' 30 notes. Government advisor, Al-Alak's upcoming visit to New York will support the protection and stability of the banking system. Is it time to remove the zeros? Quote, with the use of electronic payment operations, the environment will be mature and acceptable for the idea of implementing the decision to delete zeros, and the process will be automatic without the citizen feeling it. But is it time to issue the decision? Mr. Sami, his Iraqi bank friend, was explaining how our 30 notes will coexist for 10 years after they drop the 3 zeros. This is not a LOP, we don't have inflation like other neighboring countries around us that have to LOP. We can delete zeros and introduce the lower notes because of the value that is being added. That's purchasing power. Frank, that's always been the plan. I can't believe they're going to value these 10 years that Drive Shabibi wanted. That's incredible. Wow. The leader of the coordination framework, Issam al-Kriti, confirmed on Wednesday that America is obstructing Baghdad's resort to a basket of currencies to maintain the dominance of the dollar. Al-Kriti said in an interview with Al-Maluma, America's resort to exploiting the dollar in drawing up rules for pressuring countries to achieve an agenda that protects its interests has pushed many capitals to diversify the currency basket in order to avoid sanctions and create flexibility in paying external supplies without any obstacles, which is a correct economic procedure. He added, Washington is obstructing Baghdad from proceeding with steps to diversify the currency basket, especially the Chinese one, in order to maintain the dominance of the dollar, which was exploited by America as a pressure card by reducing the financial liquidity supplies for oil exports in order to pressure the government through the economic card. He pointed out that America is restricting the Iraqi economy through the dollar, stressing the importance of proceeding with a roadmap to liberate the economy and push it towards more stable paths away from any tremors. especially since the American financial situation is likely to suffer major setbacks with the rise of public debt to record levels, which has begun to raise the concerns of countries and push them to take early preventive steps. It is noteworthy that America controls the revenues of Iraqi oil through the Federal Reserve, which sends funds to the central bank in exchange for selling crude oil. Member of the Al-Fatah Alliance, Mahmoud al-Hayani, confirmed today, Wednesday, that the danger of foreign banks in Iraq and the operations of smuggling currency abroad are no less important than pursuing the perpetrators of the theft of the century. Al-Hayani said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency, the American pressures on the Iraqi government resulted in the entry of foreign banks that would support the economy of foreign countries.